So I know what you're wondering. I have three questions right now. One, no, I'm not Johnny. Johnny did not slim down and turn white. Number two, what's up with the basketball stuff? Find out in a second. Number three, who am I? Okay, my name is Zach. I'm a senior at Architectural High. I'm here to, I'm going to speak to you here. Okay, now it's the basketball game. So who here has ever played basketball before? Okay, most hands should go up. Who played basketball on a team? Like pros? Oh, I'm not mad. I didn't mean pros, but like better than me. Okay, well, I mean, usually whenever you're playing basketball, right, you're going, you're the one in control, right? Okay, that was kind of good. But, so you're the guy that's, right? How foolish of me would it be to say, if I got it and I'm the one in control? Not me, but the ball. How foolish is it to say that the ball does anything? That's pretty dumb, right? Yeah. How is it that the ball does anything? Well, that's how it is in our Christian lives, in our lives as humans. How foolish is it of us to say that we are in control? Because we're not. The most that we do is that. Right. Turn with me to Luke 18, verse 9. So that's me. I like basketball. Okay, I'm going to read Luke chapter 18, verses 9 through 14. This is a parable. Now, you might be asking yourself, what's a parable? A parable is a story that Jesus tells, not specifically Jesus, but it can be anything. But it's an earthly story with a heavenly meaning. An earthly story with a heavenly meaning. Okay. Luke 18:9. And he also told this parable to some people who trusted in themselves that they were righteous and viewed others with contempt. Now, two men went up into the temple to pray, one a Pharisee and the other a tax collector. The Pharisee stood and was praying this to himself: God, I thank you that I am not like other people, swindlers, unjust, adulterers, or even like this tax collector. I fast twice a week, I pay tithes of all that I get. But the tax collector, standing some distance away, was even unwilling to lift up his eyes to heaven, but was beating his breast, saying, God, be merciful to me, the sinner. I tell you, this man went to his house justified rather than the other. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, but he who humbles himself will be exalted. So, right now you're probably asking, Zach, that's just a bunch of words on a page. Okay, let's put it like this. So these two guys were in the temple. Now, back in the day, that's where everybody went. They just went to one temple. A Pharisee is a guy who is a religious leader. He's like modern day pastors, modern day, you know what I'm saying? They're up there. The tax collector was a cheat. All he did was steal from people. What he would have to do is he would collect taxes from people, and he'd have to give it to the government. Then he would have to give it to the other people that want their cut. And then he's like, hey, I want to make some money, so he would get his money. So he would be stealing from people. So he was usually looked down upon in society. So really, you've got two spectrums right here. We got good and bad. Okay? Good and bad. So the Pharisee's there, and he's standing there. He's saying, God, I thank you that I'm not like this guy over here. This guy is ugly. This guy, he does bad things. He doesn't do good. I mean, this guy makes bad grades. This guy, all he does is cheat on girls. All he does is, I don't know, bad stuff, right? Things that we would modern day consider bad. Okay, and he, right there himself, is saying, God, I I put myself one step above this guy. Here's this guy, here's this tax collector, here's the Pharisee. So tax collector. Now the tax collector's just standing there and he's like, guys, God, can't even lift up his face. He's just like this. And he's like, God, I'm a bad guy. I'm a bad sinner. I don't deserve anything, but God, if you could just reach out to me, if you could just show me your grace. That's all that I want. And so God, but Jesus is showing us a story so that we can look at it and we can say, God does not choose people specifically to be better than other people. No one person is better than other people. I'm sorry, but the person, look to your right, now look to your left. Okay, you're not better than that person. I'm sorry. But they're not better than you. Okay. Now we all have relative terms of what's better. But the key thing to take away here is that not that we don't be like the Pharisee, because if we say, hey, I don't want to be like that guy looks down on other people. Because then you're going against exactly what you just said you're not going to do. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm going to read some Bible verses because that's a good thing to do when you're speaking. And I'm going to do it on my phone because phones are cool. Okay. So this is 1 Timothy 1:15. It is a trustworthy statement deserving full acceptance that Christ Jesus came into the world to save sinners, of whom I'm the worst. This is Paul writing a letter to Timothy, and he's saying, guys, look, Jesus came to save everybody. Who here has ever read verse John 3:16? Does that ring a bell at all? Okay, I'll tell it to you. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son.
Close.
That whoever believes in him, get anybody finish it? I'm just kidding. So we get it. God came to save everybody, but the key word here is that God so loved the world. He so loved the world. He didn't just kind of love the world. He so loved the world. Okay? Do you have a mom or a dad or a brother or a sister, anybody you love? I mean, you might love them, but do you so love them? I'm not answering. The key one to recognize here in 1 Timothy 1:15 is that Paul is saying that he is the worst sinner. But you might be saying, well, he wrote a book of the Bible. Well, before, Paul was one that killed Christians whenever he was formerly known as Saul. That was his life. Killed people because they were Christians. And that's pretty bad, okay? That's pretty bad. I never did that. Have you ever killed anybody? Please do not say yes. Right. Okay. So then we come to another verse. One of Johnny loves this verse. 1 Corinthians 9:19. For though I am free from all men, I have made myself a slave to all, so that I may win some. Right? For though I am free from all men, so basically he's saying, I'm not a slave, because back then people were slaves. We don't have slaves now. Actually, we do. I'm not going into that. He says, after he has made himself free from all men, I have made myself a slave to all. Paul is saying here that just because you're free from doing something, just because you don't do something, just because it's wrong to do something, don't do something wrong. Just because you think it's weird to do something. That kid at the other table, and the lunch table, and it's all full, and you're like, guys, I don't have any room at this lunch table, but there's such a full one over there, but I don't want to go. There's this weird kid over there. Sometimes you might have to sacrifice. Sacrifice. But it doesn't say so that he may win all. It doesn't say he's going to win everybody. It doesn't say everybody's going to come to know Christ. It says that he may win some.
Come on.
Some? What? If I'm gonna, I want about 1,000, man. I want to hit it all. I want to hit home runs every time. Sorry, it clearly says here that you're only gonna win some. So, if the Christian life is not a life to live thinking that it's gonna be lollipops and roses. I don't know how that makes sense. But what you have to recognize is that people are going to reject you if you are living the life of Christ. And if a Christian correctly, the way it should be done, people are going to reject you. Okay. Moving on. Okay. Here's a perfect verse for this. This is John 10:10. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. This is much like what I'm referencing here in Luke. The tax collector is one that he stole from people. He's a thief. You could insert that guy here, but you don't just have to insert that guy. That guy. Insert yourself. Okay. Who here has done anything bad ever? Okay, I see you. I see you not raising your hand. I see you. I see you. What are you doing? I'm just kidding. Okay. So Romans 3:23, for we have all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Everybody's a bad guy. Everybody's a thief that has come to steal and kill and destroy. But here's the thing, we don't like to recognize it. We don't all like to think that we do bad things. I do bad things. I'm not going to say that. But what does it say? It says that I came that they may have life. Now, what is he talking about here? Is he talking about like life like LeBron James did back there? That dude, boom, crushed it. Crushed it. No, he doesn't say that he's going to have like earthly life. It's heaven. It's spiritual life. It's a next step life. You're going to have a Christian life. That you may have it. Okay. Now there's two types of Pharisees. Okay. There's two different types of people that are Pharisees. That I see here. We have one that's an unrepentant Pharisee. Now he's arrogant. He's, look, man, I know I do good, I know you do bad, and I know I should probably do better, but it's okay because what I do is okay. What I do, I mean, everybody does it. It's not that bad. Smoke. Hey, I don't judge. Arrogant. He's very arrogant and boastful. He likes to say what he does well. He likes to say that he's like, I don't know, Blake Griffin. He's very good. Smith, the pre-ordered blessing. That was not even my video. I don't even know who came up with that video, but I literally have in here that who in here has ever prayed a prayer like this? I know I have. You can say it. Don't raise your hand. Just okay. Dear Lord, baby Jesus, we thank you so much for this bountiful harvest, and I want to thank you. I want to take time to say thank you for my family and my life and my fun. I also want to thank you for one of my best friends and teammate, Cal Naughton Jr. Wait a second. Yes, I am. Moving on. Okay. Number 2. We have one that is the fan. Okay. He's a fan. He's the fan Pharisee. Okay. Now you might be asking yourself, what does that mean? No, it does not mean he's like one of those guys that was in the video earlier, watching those guys, man, brush it. That's not what I'm talking about. He's a guy who looks like he's doing everything right, but he's just not there with his heart. He's just not there with his heart. And he doesn't sold himself. He hasn't given himself to Christ. Now, you're on one chair. Both of them. Sorry. Oh, man. Am I somebody special? Anyway, sorry. The fan does something like this in Matthew 15:8. These people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. Okay. I gotta be honest, I totally stole it from the book. Okay. I stole it from a book. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. It's a book called Not a Fan. He's a cool dude. Really. I heard him. I don't remember saying it's explicitly about how we need to be more like followers and not like fans. Now you're probably asking, how do I not be a fan? Well, the difference between a fan and a follower is these guys they look similar. I mean, you couldn't tell them apart. Okay? I mean, this dude, all he does is he talks about, hey, I love Jesus. You love Jesus? I love. You love Jesus? Thank you. You love Jesus. Okay. But hey, it's okay. I don't have to love Jesus on Tuesday. That's my day. Okay? That's my day. I don't love Jesus on Tuesday. On Wednesday, though, I come and I'm praising. Yeah, get it? Get it? So, but it's not just the what we like to think. We like to think, oh, it's those people that they only come on Wednesday nights, or they only come on Sunday mornings, or they only come on Sunday nights. But I'm not going to say. Okay, but so we like to think that, well, it's only the people that never come on this day. It's never the people that come both Sunday and Wednesday. Those people are followers. They love Jesus. Okay? Only if you come on Sunday and Wednesday. If you don't come on both, you don't love Jesus. Sorry, that's not true. Okay, I don't know who you are. I've probably not met everybody in this room. I don't know if you love Jesus or not. Okay? I know you love Jesus. Right, Dane? But so now there's something different though. There's something different about this follower guy. This follower. Okay, I'm going to use the Bible. The real Bible. Not the phone. It's better. It's got special powers. That's what I'm told.
The battery will never die on that.
Okay. Here's a good one. Okay. Tell me if you recognize this one. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life.
I don't know that one, sorry.
I know I said it earlier, don't pay attention to that. We're going past it though, we're going to read 17. For God did not send the Son into the world to judge the world, but that the world might be saved through him. What? Wait a second. What's that? That guy is a bad dude. He's a bad dude. He doesn't do good things. He doesn't love Jesus. Okay? Jesus could not have come to save this guy. Name the guy. Name it's Bob. Jesus did not come to save Bob. Bob does bad things. I'm not going to name things because then people will be like, you judging me. I'm going to be like, no, I'm not judging you. I'm just fixing the word. Bob does bad things. Bob believes he is beyond saving. We like to tell him that he is beyond saving. But he is not. For no one is beyond saving. We're not going to go into the stuff we went over Monday night, okay? We're not going over that. I'm going over that. Okay. Sorry, sidetrack. Continue. Okay. Now, I referenced we need to sow love. But we don't just need to sow love the people we love. Wait a second. We need to sow love everybody. Like how I said, everybody. Okay. I know there's people you don't like. I don't like people, okay? There's certain people I don't like. Those of you who are from Global, do not say anything about that. Okay? Don't look at them. They're look, here's the thing. I get it. There's certain people I don't like either, okay? But does that mean that they can't be saved? Does that mean that they can't know Jesus? No, that is not what that means. Everyone can know Jesus. Zach, how do you get to know Jesus? Okay. Jesus was born from who? Mary. What was Mary? Mary was a virgin. Okay. Mary was a virgin. Wait a second, Zach. I'm not going to go into specifics, but that can't happen. That can't happen. It did. It did. Moving on. Jesus lived a perfect life. That's a very key thing. Jesus lived a perfect life. He wasn't just a good dude. He wasn't just an alright dude that did a lot of good things. He didn't just turn water into wine that some people like. He was perfect. Okay? But then, he died. He didn't just die. They put him to death by execution. Okay? This is important. He didn't deserve to die. Who deserves to die? Everybody. Everybody. Everybody deserves to die. Jesus didn't, though. Why did he have to die? Well, I don't know the answer to that. But he did. But we can't just believe that he died, because if we believe that he died, then that doesn't make us any different than any other religion in the world. He didn't just die, he came back to life. He did the little Johnny. He came back to life. He was raised from the dead again. Okay? Not again, personally. So it's important to believe that Jesus still lives today. I tell you what, I know he lives today. You know why? You want to know why? You want to know why? Because he lives in me. if you really do want to come to know Jesus, if you really do, trust me, it is literally the best decision you've ever made in your life. Please come see me, Johnny, adult leader, anybody. Your Christian friend, somebody you know is a Christian. Okay, that's important. Okay, if you really do, please do not wait. Just wait till after I'm done. I mean, actually, you don't have to wait right now. In the name of Jesus. Shout it. Okay, so there's two types of Pharisees. Now, there's really pretty much only one type of tax collector. There's really not, but there really is. Okay, so really to me, what happened was the important thing to understand here. I'll back to you. Important thing to understand here is that the tax collector was a sinner. Okay, we've been over this. He wasn't just a sinner. He was the sinner. He was a bad dude. People would pass him in the street, but they usually beat him up because they want his money because he's a tax collector. And they were usually bigger than him because they didn't like small people, but that's not the point. We're going with, he was a bad dude. He would steal from people. He would usually take from people. Who here has 20 bucks or more in their wallet? Give it to me. Just kidding. Okay, here's the thing. We like to think that we're better than this guy because he steals from people. But here's the thing that we have to recognize. That we do this without acknowledging our own individual sins, things that we do bad, stuff that we do wrong. Again, I said this earlier. We like to look at this guy, Bob. Go back to Bob. And we say, Bob does bad things, but I don't. I don't do bad things because I'm a good person. I do pretty much good things. Let's go back to what that guy said. The Pharisee. What he said. What he said? Can I tell you what he said? He said, don't tell me what he said. He said, God, I thank you that I'm not like other people. I fast twice a week, and I pay tithes of all that I get. God, look at what I do. I do community service. Look at me. I love people, God. I do. I really do. I love God. I love people. But what is the Pharisee missing? What is this guy missing? His love for other people. Hold on, it's coming. Don't know where it is. Jesus said that the Pharisees asked him a question. They said, Jesus, what is the greatest commandment? And he said, love, 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 love. Love others as I have loved. That's the important thing. That's what we got to recognize. We got to recognize Jesus is commanding us to love other people. Okay? And we also have to love those who are mean to us. Okay? They're jerks. I know that there's that person coming to your head. I just said that. I just said there's people who are rude, they're mean, they don't like you. They don't like you. So why should I have to like them back? I don't know. Oh wait, I do. Jesus said love everybody. Okay, this is important. Because I don't know how else to say this, but you gotta recognize that usually the people that we like to vilify for doing bad things are put in that position by somebody else who's already doing bad things, and then it's like a vicious cycle. But so, what we like to do is blame him for where he's at in his circumstance. And we like to think that what he did was his own fault. He made poor choices, and he needs to get himself out of this little hole that he dug himself in. And so, what we like to think is that this guy is, again, like I said earlier, beyond saving. To include, again, nobody is beyond saving. Okay, now there's definitely somebody who's coming to your head. Okay, think about them, think about them, think about them. Okay, now there's also, here's the other thing. You yourself might be coming to your head. You might be thinking, but Zach, I do bad things. I do wrong things. People that, if I said it out loud right now, that you would be like, get away from me. And so there might be these types of people in here right now that think that what they do is wrong, and that there's no way that they can be saved, that there's no way that they can come to know Jesus. Again, I tell you that there is a way. Trust me. I love Jesus. I know plenty of people in here who love Jesus. Please go talk to them if you need to talk to them. Johnny is one of the greatest guys I know right now. I know he's a lot of fun. He's literally, he's shown me the biggest thing that any aspiring youth pastor could want. By the way, that's what I do, not what I do. That's what I want to do. I'm an aspiring youth pastor. He has shown me the greatest skill that anybody could ever use, and that's love. And he'll tell you right now, don't be tooting my horn. I don't do anything good. I'm actually, never mind. Let me say that. But he's shown me how to love, and not just the people that come to his house, not just the people that come and give him money. Not that. Anyway, but everybody. He loves everybody, and so I just gotta say that you gotta love Johnny, because Johnny loves you much like Jesus loves you. Okay. Now we're coming sort of to a close. I've been talking for a while, so I should probably stop. Almost out of water. I gotta say, it's literally the first time I've ever done this. So, yeah. Now, yeah, I think I should tell you this story. Okay. I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna tell you a story about this guy. He's got a really weird name. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. But you can't blame him because he was born in the 1860s. Now you're definitely thinking that this guy's weird. No. His name is Horatio Spafford. Like I told you, weird name. He was born September 5th, 1861 in Chicago. The Spaffords were well known in the 1860s Chicago. He was a prominent lawyer. His dad was a prominent lawyer. He was a prominent lawyer. And he and his wife were also prominent supporters and close friends of evangelist D.L. Moody. I don't know. Heard that guy before. He's kind of good. Now, a series of family tragedies began in 1870 when Horatio and his wife lost their only son, and he died of scarlet fever at the age of 4. That's got to be pretty devastating. I don't know what it's like to even have kids, so I don't know what that would be like. Now, Spafford invested in real estate north of an expanding Chicago in the spring of 1870. When the Great Fire of Chicago reduced the city to ashes in October of that same year, it also destroyed most of Spafford's sizable investment. And 2 years later, in 1873, Spafford decided his family should take a holiday somewhere in Europe. So he chose England, knowing that his friend D.L. Moody would be preaching there in the fall. So, and because he was delayed of business, he sent his family ahead, his wife and their 4 daughters. Now, I wouldn't be telling you this story unless it either had a terrifically happy time or a terrifically tragic time. On November 22nd in 1873, while crossing the Atlantic on the steamship Vieille de Havre, their ship was struck by an iron sailing vessel and 226 people lost their lives, including all 4 of Spafford's daughters, but his wife survived. Upon arriving in England, she sent a telegram to him beginning "saved alone," and Spafford then sailed to England, going over the location of his daughter's deaths. And yeah, now you're probably asking yourself, why did you just release that story? I'll tell you why. Because this guy wrote a song. It wasn't just a normal song. You might recognize it. Here's the first verse. When in peace, like a river, attendeth my way. When sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, you have taught me to say, it is well with my soul. I don't know about you, but if this dude can see his daughters die, not he didn't see it, but his daughters died because of such a tragic event. And then they write a song, not just a song, but a song that many churches still sing today, with "When sorrows like sea billows roll." He's literally talking about what happened that day, about what happened to his family and to his daughters. But he said, whatever my lot, which is like whatever happens, you have taught me to say, it is well with my soul. I do not know how somebody can. That's intense. I've never gone through such tragedy like that, nor have I ever written a song. Because don't ask me why. I'm not usually talented, but that's deep. That's deep. All right. Father, I thank you for allowing us all to come here today, allowing all everybody in here to be able to listen to the words that you've given me. Not that I even said a word tonight, Lord, but that everything that came out of my mouth was given to you, given by you. And I pray that no one leaves here the same as they came in. And Lord, I know that there's so many people here that they need Jesus. And I know that there's probably some people that they might want Jesus tonight. And God, I pray for their soul. I pray that you would not make it well with their soul until they made it right with you. And Lord, I pray that you would be with all those here tonight. Pray that you would be with Maypearl baseball tomorrow as they go on the playoffs with Whoop. And I pray that you would guide them, lead them, keep everybody safe. Lord, I just thank you for tonight. Pray that you would bless all of us going forward throughout our week. Guide us, lead us, lead us not into temptation. Amen.
There was actually 2 firsts tonight. Zach, I didn't know if you had actually, that was your first time. But it's not easy To be a public speaker is not easy. All right, I don't care if it's 10 people or 100 people. It's never an easy. I mean, I don't get nervous per se, but I always want to, man, just convey the message. And man, it's always maybe not nerves, but it's
pretty rough.
it is, because you want the recipients to grasp, and it's not easy. Jesse played for the first time with us. I'm encouraged by, I mean, hey, every rock band has stars. Right? Come on, that's right, Dave. That's right. What's up? Every rock band had a start, and man, ours started tonight. And I've been praying for this. I've been hoping for this, and finally, it's here. And we're gonna keep jamming on Wednesdays. And gonna keep praising the Lord. Keep hearing a message from a simple-minded messenger, not you, me. All right. Appreciate your kind words. Appreciate your kind words. You know. But anyway, hey, let me go over a couple things and then we'll be dismissed, okay? That clock is actually a little fast. Hey, by the way, I've ordered some study Bibles for you people on Monday nights. You saw a little bit of a glimpse of last Monday night of how it's important that we have a commentary, all right? Because I can tell you right now, guys, I can't read something at face value and understand it a lot of times, especially in God's Word, okay? So that's why I need commentaries. I got a library in my office, because I mean, it's just how it is. It's not just gonna jump out at me and hit me in the face, and I'm gonna know it, all right? So that's important. All right. Real quick. I've tried to communicate this with as many of you as I can about the golf tournament on Saturday. All right.